Okay. Period.
Let's see. Here we are, we're recording with Mackenzie. How do you feel? You kind of love being in the center of everything, don't you?
I do. This is exciting.
So, tell me, how are you feeling about this? You're the last to go of all of your siblings.
You saved the best for last.
Okay. All right.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. You gave me a look of death.
The look of death, Dad.
Look of death.
Yes.
Life isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And along the way, we all stumble, learn, and keep going.
Welcome to Running Ahrens, a podcast about navigating marriage, parenting, business, faith, and all the unexpected detours that come along with it.
We're Justin and Sarah Ahrens, partners in life, business, and raising 4 incredible kids.
For over 30 years, we've been figuring things out as we go. Sometimes successfully, and sometimes, well, not so much.
But that's the beauty of hindsight. We're here to share the lessons we've learned, the wins, the failures, and the moments that have shaped us.
Through honest conversations, special guests, and maybe even a few stories from our kids, we'll explore what it really takes to grow, adapt, and move forward.
So whether you're running a business, a household, or just running late,
You're in the right place. Let's do this together.
we're glad you're here. Welcome to Running Ahrens.
Mackenzie is our oldest, the one who made us parents. And little known, maybe a lot of people know this fact, but you were born on my birthday.
We're birthday twins.
We're birthday twins.
Taurus twins.
And it was my due date. It's like you were like on time from the beginning. Does that carry through?
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, I was going to make a joke about that, but I was like, I'm just going to say I'm mean, but okay. You're the one who taught us how to show up, how to adapt, and how to rethink our expectations.
What's so funny?
It's just accurate.
You also taught us that every kid needs something different, and sometimes they teach you more about yourself than you expect.
Interesting.
All right, Ken, so I like quotes and stats.
Oh, I can't wait to hear which one.
All right. Oldest children are more likely to take leadership roles later in life, but also report the highest pressure to achieve from parents.
I'd say yes to both of those.
Oh, really? You felt pressure?
No.
And if you did, that's...
Yeah, I guess pressure, because I had no one above me leading me in the way, whether it was showing me what to do or showing me what not to do. I was making those choices for myself.
And creating that learning curve for your siblings.
And I feel like I definitely have taken more of a leadership as I've grown and matured.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Would you agree, Dad?
I would.
Oh, thanks so much.
I would. So, did you ever feel being the first that there was like pressure on you, freedom, or both? And we were young parents trying to figure it out.
I'm not saying I didn't have freedom, but my siblings definitely had more comparatively to me.
Wonder why that is.
Yeah, I wonder why.
That's also a very classic firstborn.
Yeah, I know. Like, comparatively, like, my high school experience comparatively to Ava's was very different. For a lot of different reasons.
say that.
For a lot of different reasons, but also, yeah.
Yes. And how do you see your role with your siblings?
I would say
And maybe has it evolved?
it definitely has evolved. I have felt like we've all been very close our whole entire lives, but more so as we've grown older, they've come to me more for like advice and all that stuff. But when I was making my silly little teen mistakes in high school, they saw that and didn't come to me for advice and things. They just did a lot of the opposite of what I did.
Well, being the fourth one, we've heard a lot of stories
Yeah,
about
I
you
know.
as oldest. So
A lot of editing had to be done with your siblings.
Are you
episodes.
serious?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We figured not all the world needed to know the details,
Dirty deeds.
the dirty deeds. You had you obviously have the longest memory with us because you've been around the longest, only stands to reason.
Mm-hmm.
And so when do you have a memory, or can you pinpoint when you started to feel like school was getting difficult for you?
Genuine honesty.
No, I want you to lie.
6th grade. I had in 6th grade, 6th or 7th grade.
Did you just 6, 7?
6, 7. That's okay.
In 6th grade, I remember having my advisory teacher. Also, I have to note, Batavia, this was only my 2nd year in Batavia. I started in Batavia my 5th grade year, so I didn't have everyone filtered from 6 elementary schools into middle school, but everyone grew up playing sports together and everything. Everyone pretty much knew everyone already. So I was struggling a little bit socially there. I was friends with whoever was friends with me, and that always didn't work out in the way that it should have.
Not always.
Often. But I remember in Mrs. Snell Advisory's class, she was very tough on me, but not in a mean way. It's because she knew I could do it. But I felt myself doing, the simplest things were very hard for me, or remembering to do things. 6th grade is when missing work started counting. Yeah. And I had tons of M's in my power school all the time.
Yes.
And then in 7th grade, I had an English teacher who was a little bit intense. And it was the first time I've ever been in school and been like, I really don't like this teacher. And I felt like I wasn't that good at school.
What year was it? It was in junior high where we had to come up with a plan that every day the teacher had to check.
6th grade.
With that,
That was with Mrs. Snell.
Check your.
You had to sign my agenda.
Yeah, she had to look at your agenda and make sure all the right things that were in there for the day.
And then you had to sign it before I came to school the next day every time. Yeah.
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 And looking back, you said you felt like you weren't good at school, but did it feel... I know when I was experiencing it, I just never understood why I would be like, why do you turn that in? You'd be like, I don't know.
I genuinely can't give you an answer. I don't know.
Because it would be finished in your folder.
Yeah.
And this was before digital. It was all paper.
This was pre-Chromebook.
Do you remember back then, did we yell at you a lot?
Not a lot, but when I was failing classes, in middle school.
And it was baffling. I was like, how do you fail?
Yeah, I remember there would be times when I would be doing really poorly in a class, and I would just really not want to get picked up for basketball practice because I knew something was put into my power school, and I wouldn't call it yelling. I would say that you guys were just... even to this day, I don't like when people are stern with me. I don't react super well to it.
No, you do not.
I'm working on it in therapy. I'm working on it.
Hey, let's pause. That's a great segue. Let's talk about sports.
Oh, okay.
By the way, have you ever listened to the show?
Yeah, I've listened to almost every episode.
Oh yeah, high five. You're the first one.
I know. I like podcasts.
Ava might have, but...
She listened to her own.
Yeah. So the Crazy Sports Parents episode.
Accurate.
Explain your perception of mom and dad, how we were with you when you were playing sports.
You were very intense. Dad was very intense. You were intense too. But I think the first, quote, intense time when I started Tillman's League, I think it was the summer going into my 6th grade year. Maybe summer going into 7th. I think
remember. It might have been 7th.
But the quote, everyone made it. But the quote, tryout, I remember it was with, I don't remember exactly which girls it was, but it was me and 2 other girls and Tillman. I had never met them in my life. Mm-hmm. It was you and the dads, and I did not want to go. And you were like, you're going. And I was like, I don't want to go. And
Why did you not want to go? Just out of curiosity.
I was I'm not saying this was all of it. I was super lazy, and I didn't like being challenged. And
That's very self-aware. You would never have said that back then.
No, I reflect on my youth often.
Your youth.
Very proud of you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I just remember not wanting to go, and It was a really I remember it was when you would run suicides, and we did so many of those.
They're now called gassers.
Okay, gassers, my bad. I remember that, and I remember it was just tough, specifically during that league, because I would have Tillman or some of his coaches at games and at practices yelling at me a lot, because he was a yeller. Tillman was a light yeller.
He was.
And
he is.
Yeah, he still is. And I wouldn't say you exactly yelled at me, but you could tell when you were disappointed in how I was playing. It was written on your face. And I listened to your episode. You said that there were a lot of times when I would do something and I would look at you. Yeah. And I remember that.
I remember, Mom knows this story, and I shared it on that episode, but there was a game you were playing in Tillman's league, and you were having a fantastic game, and every time you did something good or bad, you'd look over at me, and I shifted that day with you, at least, probably not with your siblings, but with you just being like, why is she doing that? What am I doing to make her, I don't know, feel that you had to have my approval, or you were nervous of what I was going to say? That was a really critical moment for me, and you probably don't remember it, but for me, it was very specific.
Yeah, I don't remember that specific time, but I just remember basketball being something I enjoyed, but I always wish I would have made more of I was making choices to play, but sometimes I felt like you just expected me to play.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. That's 100%.
So it was frustrating because I wanted to choose that I wanted to do something, but then it was just assumed like I'm playing.
Yes, because we both played and we just assumed that's what you wanted to do. Plus, without asking you.
Plus, we always thought you were a better athlete than you thought.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Question. Tell the story.
Oh my, what?
About you sabotaging tryouts for yourself.
My freshman year, high school basketball tryout. I all around my freshman year was not very much of a happy person.
No.
Can you remember specifically why, or you just were bummed out all the time? Or?
That was the friend group that I was in with the girls I played basketball with was drama all the time. And it was very draining. I don't think I realized that it was draining, but it was very draining. High school for a girl is just intense.
Yeah.
Period.
In general.
Yeah.
But I remember, I think I was just over, quote, being forced to play basketball. I was just, I don't think I consciously walked into the tryout and was like, I'm gonna just throw this, because I was very upset when I didn't make it. But also at the same time, I remember not giving a single crap about how I was doing or not. I just didn't really want to be there. I don't remember exactly why, but I went there, I went to the tryout, and the coach who was there had seen me play for 4 years. I played in Tillman's league, all of this stuff. He knows I can play. He knows what I was doing. I acted like I had never picked up a basketball a day in my life.
Because we found out through the grapevine that you didn't want to make the team. That's why I remember I confronted you after the first practice.
Yeah, and I was just like, I don't know. I don't remember I don't know. I think also I had a lot of Tillman excluded because he is someone I speak of highly and think of fondly all the time. He was someone at the time in my life that I really needed to push me in that way.
I will tell you, do you remember? He called us one time. He called us and said he thought you might have broke you.
No, he texted me and said that we pushed Kenzie pretty hard tonight.
I think that's the day I started throwing up at practice.
I picked you up and you got in the car and you're like, he broke me. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. And I just let you go after it. And you said, I threw up in the garbage can. And then they made me go back out.
Yeah.
And I remember just letting you spin out.
Yeah.
And it was a very short drive home because it was from the high school to our house. And then when you got home, you're like, oh, I'll go back.
I enjoyed that league. It sucked.
But it was like he was making you do a rebounding drill where you had to go fight for the ball in the middle. And you
hated that drill. I hated that drill. I remember that drill. I hated it.
And you were bruised.
Yeah. But I think other coaches that I had throughout my life didn't know really how to talk to me. I guess. It's not that Tillman knew exactly what to say to me, but I think the fact that
But you could tell he cared about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
A big part of me, even to this day, is I'm not going to do something if it feels like you don't care.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah. Particularly when you're a 14-year-old girl. So we had a rough start to high school. If you could, we won't get into all the details, but like, how can you summarize high school for you?
Dumb. I didn't know who I was. Not that anyone really does, but I like to reflect. Everyone had a group in high school. I was a floater.
You were.
I was friends with people in all grades.
We'll do like a Cliff Notes version of high points. We'll see how this goes. Did you ever sneak out?
Yeah.
Did you ever sneak out and your cousin brought you home in the middle of the night?
Do you know to this day how you got busted?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you?
And Dana had his location and tracked him all the way to my house and then texted you and told on me, which is fine.
It was not telling on us that it was the timing that you were being brought home at 3:30 in the morning.
And I was grounded already.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
I was grounded for...
Oh.
Yeah.
Good times. See, what other first did you grace us with that was so incredible?
She did, remember in 5th grade?
When I made a Facebook and forgot to delete the history and kept logged into it.
Oh my gosh. So let's tell that story. That was great. So we used to have a computer.
A family iMac.
A family iMac was in the kitchen so we could monitor it. And at the time, Kenzie was very keen on breaking the rules, but really wanted to be on social media.
Look at me now. Of course I wanted to be on social media.
And this was 5th grade.
5th grade. And our rule was...
No,
I don't even...
It would really even have
We didn't have a rule
It
yet?
was just like, no, you're not going on Facebook.
And then how did you get busted?
I left it logged in. And I just left it logged in on my page.
Yeah.
And I thought, didn't a bunch of us start friending her?
No, that was my fake Twitter account.
That was her fake Twitter account. Which was for like fan fiction.
My NAGCon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I was a fangirl growing up. I'm still a fangirl.
You are.
Boy, I was so mad at you. I felt so deceived by your lying.
Yeah. I also had a secret Instagram too that you found too.
Yeah.
You gave us so many
I
gifts.
remember actually my secret Instagram this one morning. I came downstairs and all you said to me in the morning was turn around your phone and show me my profile. And I was like, and then I cried on the bus listening to my iPod Nano on the way to school. I said, I disappointed them again.
I do keep thinking like you were really bad at being bad. But
I've been bad at being bad my entire life.
I don't think that's 100% accurate because now in your mid-20s, you've confessed a lot of things that we had no idea about.
Give us something that's podcast appropriate that we found out later or you're willing to tell us now that we don't know about.
I feel like this is podcast appropriate because it was like, it's classic high school behavior, I guess. But I have told you the times that me and Emily or me and Claire... Okay, we would have summer parties here, not like me, but like you, when you would have tons of friends over and you would like stock the basement fridge with tons of beer, like bottled beer.
Boy, I thought I had this locked down.
You had bottled beer and you didn't drink beer.
Yeah.
And you also never knew what was down there because no one went down. And this was a time when no one really went in the basement.
Unless we were having a party.
Yeah. So we discovered that and we would wait until you went to sleep. And we would go and take tons, but then we would get to my room the first time and we were like, how do we open this? We can't open this. And we learned how to open a beer bottle off of Google on a door frame. Like it just popped on the door frame.
That is awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I knew that one. I thought you were going to share that you had a burner phone.
Oh, but that was because I got grounded so much. How I need to stay connected.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that and I was, so many things I thought I
wasn't doing it. Yeah. I don't know.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I say that now. I'm glad I learned it when you were.
There are a lot of things that I've waited to tell you.
And you know what? I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And sometimes I don't even need to know all the things. I really don't. I really don't.
I know where to stop talking.
Yeah. Okay, do you think being the oldest has shaped your confidence or added more anxiety? Or are you not able to necessarily answer that?
I think it has shaped my confidence more throughout my life, yes. Just because, got to gas up my siblings really quick, there hasn't been a single friend that I've ever had that hasn't loved the three of them.
True.
All of my friends love the boys, love Ava, and I even have a few of, and you, Dad. Yep, you guys. That's a general thing. Everyone loves all the friends that I bring that I care about their opinion and value their opinion have loved all of you, and I even have 2 or 3 of my closest friends right now, my best friends.
Except for E-Prow. I see you, E-Prow.
All of them love Ava and the boys, but they're like close with Ava, stay in contact with Ava at school, and I don't know. That's been something. It's given me more anxiety as I've grown up because I was a little bit intense when I was breaking the rules in high school and I threatened them a lot.
Oh, we got a lot of that.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah. We're pause there really quick. Because before we get to college, I want to know, because everyone said you were the biggest bully.
I was so mean.
You were the one that threatened everyone that you can't tell mom and dad.
Because I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing it, and I would never tell them on purpose. They would figure things out. They would catch me.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, damn.
What was the meanest thing you said to one of your siblings? But
I mean, I feel like at that time, the meanest thing I would say is that I'm going to hate you forever and I'm never going to speak to you again.
Yeah.
But I didn't really mean it.
Or just to pump up my mom radar, how accurate am I when you would bring home certain people and I'd be like, oh, no, bad news, bad news.
You were accurate all the time.
But you never listened to me?
No, never.
No.
I will say, to finish what you just asked me, you said, did it give me more confidence or give me more anxiety? My past way I've done has given me more anxiety as I've grown up a little bit because there's just been things that my siblings have told me of. I also have just blocked high school out of my brain, so I don't remember. If I think about it hard enough, I remember, but I choose
it's not your favorite time of life.
It's not my favorite time of life, so they'll be like, yeah, when this happened, I'll be like, that did not happen. And then I'll think about it and I'll be like, I am so sorry. I love you so much. I'm so glad you guys are my best friends.
But when did you get diagnosed with ADHD?
When I was 16.
And
I think it was later than that. It was junior year.
Well, I was 7.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't 17 yet because I turned 17 my junior year.
Oh, that's right.
And that was a big game changer for you.
It was a big game changer for me, but leading up to that, I struggled a lot, and it was frustrating to get diagnosed so late and feeling, because I just felt like I was stupid a lot of my life growing up.
And this is where I don't say your dad and I made a mistake. We were unexperienced and thinking.
No, we made a mistake.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
That's true.
That I was of the thought that if the school would be noticing that she was struggling and the school would advocate for her to say that we see that this is happening, but no. And I don't say that as a derogatory comment on the school system. They got a lot of things going on, but I realized we had to go in and advocate for you and say, no, we need to get her tested. She needs a 504.
It was all just super frustrating after what happened sophomore year.
Yes.
I don't know if I should talk about that. To really summarize it up, my sophomore year, I got accused of cheating on a test that was open note, and it came out that I got a 54 on the test. And it was at the time, it's because I was seen like looking around and like looking up. It's because I couldn't sit still for the life of me.
By the way, I did accuse the teacher of not only lying, but also saying if she got a 54, then she's also the worst cheater.
No, literally.
Because I asked her if everyone around you passed, and she said with flying colors.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, why can't you just give her the 54? Because the 0 is unrecoverable.
Yeah.
And there's far more to that story, which
doesn't need to. We don't need to get intense.
Muddy the reputation. But I have a strongly worded letter written on my computer that I've wanted to send for 7 years. My mama bear has come out, and it would probably get me in trouble if I.
So
But I don't even really get other people in trouble.
I don't even think a lot of the people at that school.
No,
are
I
even
know.
there anymore.
That's why it was like, ugh.
So let's talk about the reality is you don't know this, but Mom and I would often argue about how to get you through high school and if college was the right thing for you or if you should go to junior college first. And my fear was that if you didn't go to a 4-year school, you wouldn't finish. I'm not saying I'm right or I'm wrong, but we actually had debates about that. I don't know if you do that.
I believe it.
And I was trying to push you towards a technical. Like I was trying to be like, hey, have you ever thought about being a speech pathologist? Like something that you could go and get like a 2-year associate's degree.
Yeah.
And I even brought up to you like hair and makeup because you love doing hair and makeup.
I will say if I could go back, I would probably start at like Wabanzi, do 2 years at Wabanzi at first.
And I can say this but part of the reason we pushed you to high school because I was like, oh my gosh, you were like a full-time job in high school.
I know, I've heard you say it.
I know, and I'm
not saying that to hurt your feelings.
Feelings.
I just think a lot of parents have a hard time expressing that. And I think
I know.
And I think
I was also a full-time job for myself. I didn't know what the hell was going on most of the time in my brain.
Yeah. So
It was frustrating being forgetful and being how I am. It gets very tiring.
Yes. And we just didn't have a good grasp on how to support you. And I apologize. I never asked you, how can we better support you? And we just kept wanting you to do things the way we thought they should be done.
Yeah. And that's okay.
You don't have to say
We've all
that.
grown.
You don't have to say that, remember? You don't say, when someone apologizes, you don't say that's okay. What do you say?
Thank you.
Yes.
So, looking back before we get back into college, was there things that you think about now where you were just like, wow, I'm glad Mom or Dad did that, or I can't believe Mom and Dad did that?
I think when I got in trouble, I know that I'm not saying I didn't deserve to be grounded. That's not what I'm saying. But being the social being that I am, I just struggled so much more mentally when I was grounded for those long periods for a lot of the time. And it gave me way too much time to think and beat up on myself, which is not on you guys.
It was just a consequence.
It was just a lot of what I had that was going on. I can't think of something that I can say, I can't believe you guys did that. I'm glad you guys didn't let me quit things when I wanted to quit things.
Yeah. We never let you quit like mid-season or you had to finish it.
I'm glad that you showed me that I could do hard things.
What was your instrument?
Clarinet. I had my clarinet till 6th grade, but other than that, I was in choir.
And didn't you do piano for a while?
Up until like 5th grade.
Yeah, and then we realized that you couldn't read music.
I was memorizing.
You were memorizing, and so when you had to start doing like sight reading, you quit, and I was so baffled.
It's because I had spent years, but it's because he would show me how to play it, and I would memorize it.
And you started doing things by ear.
Yeah.
Like simple things.
Yeah. Like still to this day, if I watch a video of someone playing something on the piano, if I watch it enough times, I can do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing. So
But it's just so cool.
It is cool.
But I just have a funny story about that because you just wouldn't do things. But I remember this very specific Thanksgiving, I believe it was.
Cup song.
And you spent hours learning the cup song from Pitch Perfect. And you
Mastered
it and could perform it. You can still do it. And I was just thinking, she can do this stuff. You can totally, like, if you dial in, and I realize that now, we have the language for that.
Yeah.
Hyperfixation.
Yeah. And man, do I hyperfixate on things.
Yes, you do.
Still to this day.
Yeah.
All right, so we're hurtling through college, and I just told the story the other day, by the way, and it's early on. I think it's your first year in school, and you are going to be a teacher.
Uh-huh.
And one of the benefits of being a teacher at ISU is if you get a certain GPA When you graduate, you get some of your tuition forgiven if you teach in Illinois. And I remember I kept asking you, how's your GPA? You're like, it's going great, Dad. It's going great. And then I remember the whole year goes by and I was choosing to trust you, even though I had not seen it. Because Mom and Dad, I think we learned when you went to school, we were so hands off, which I think was detrimental to your success. Because what we say now is we're co-investors in your education, so we need to know certain things. But I remember we go to South Haven and we're walking the beach. And I give
The
you...
summer between freshman and sophomore year.
And we're walking the beach. Do you remember this?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, and I could not wait to tell you how proud I was of you and how much I'm sorry I didn't believe in you and I'm here to support you. And then you go back to school.
Oh, this was within like 2 weeks of being back at school.
And then Mom texted me. She's like, you'll never believe it. And you can take the story over from there. And then you can tell your part of it.
You got a letter from ISU addressed to you, and I normally don't open mail, and I thought maybe school's just started, maybe this is something important. So I open it, and the opening line was, "Congratulations, Mackenzie, for being reinstated as a Redbird." And that threw me for a loop. So I took
No, I know. I woke up that morning to you sending me a picture of it, and in all capital letters, you were like, what is this?
Yeah. And so you tell the story of you got basically you flunked out.
Yeah, it's because it was the first. I wasn't even like partying the way that like people in college do. I was just doing whatever the hell I wanted for a whole year and loving it. I'm not saying I'm proud of it.
And part of it too is you dropped a class in time,
Yeah.
and then they had record that you didn't. So
And that bit me in the butt for a long time.
Yeah. And then, so we had this conversation, you finally talked through it, and you explained to us that,
I don't really even know.
you had to go to
I went to
ISU
Project
course.
Success.
Yeah, and which I was highly impressed with Illinois State. Like how they...
No, I had to plead my case on why I should be able to stay, and I wrote a 4-page paper.
Yeah, and you had to like basically go to like court to prove you dropped the class in time.
Yeah.
And that you should be reinstated, but you had to go through all of these hoops and you had to go to a tutor and show your grades.
Yeah. And I worked really hard to be able to do that.
And you did it. And so it was like a both sad and proud moment. And sad, not like disappointed sad, but because I said, hey, had you told us, we could have walked alongside you at that. And now I say that with hindsight.
Yeah.
Maybe we wouldn't have been so great.
I was terrified to tell you guys.
But then also you figured it out all on your own. And that was a light bulb moment for me and probably for both of us that, wow, if she needs to, and I should have known because you had this way you did things all the time. If you really want to get something done or take care of something, you can do it.
Yeah.
And you didn't need our help.
Yeah.
But we could have been a support.
I agree.
And then I remember driving home thinking, I walked down the whole beach and she never told me. And then pouring my heart out to her. What were you feeling at the time?
So much guilt. Guilt. Oh. And then you get the stress was so heavy for you that freshman year. That's when you made yourself sick.
Yeah, and I lost tons of weight and I had IBS.
Because it was anxiety over failing.
And it's not like everyone around me knew what was going on.
Yeah.
It was very much like in my brain. I was dealing with it by myself.
So then you enter college with COVID and you have to work through that.
That was my sophomore. Okay. COVID happened March of my sophomore year.
Yeah.
And I remember, do you remember my anxiety was so bad?
Yeah, it was
my anxiety was so bad because 1, I was scared of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I was so terrified of getting sick. And then 2, all of my really hard classes got switched to online. Do you remember my personal finance class that I was taking online? My anxiety got so bad. That's when I was doing when my anxiety gets bad, I hold my breath and I have to be reminded to take a breath because I'll just be like,
yeah. And that was a big, huge adjustment. Then when did you get COVID? Was it when you went back to school? Because remember,
Yeah, I got it. I came home for Thanksgiving my junior year, and it just had spread throughout Batavia a little bit. And then I went back, and 2 weeks after going back, you guys were quarantined because you guys were all sick, and then I got it at the tail end of you guys being sick. So I woke up with COVID, and I was like, I'm driving home. I am driving home. I'm not going to sit in this. And also at the time,
you got quarantined.
Also at the time, my roommate was immunocompromised, or her dad was, or something. So I was like, I'm not going to do this to her.
And then you drove home and called me about every 15 minutes.
Because I was dying. I thought I was going to see the light by the end of it. Like, I thought it was my last day on Earth.
And I was like, honey, I don't know what to tell you. You just
I just wanted your support, Mom.
I know.
That's how I've been with you always.
I know.
You didn't call me. So let's go to our lunch. Me, you, Mom, and Jackson. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, sure. When I came out to you?
Yeah. How do you want us to frame up from our perspective?
Sure, frame it up from your perspective.
So...
Did I ask you guys to come down for this?
I think we were just...
You were here for a visit for Jackson. This was before Jackson was here. This was Jackson's senior year of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It wasn't like a big to-do. It was just...
No, but I remember we went to this place and it was like...
It was Joe's station house.
It was like post-COVID-y. Everyone was super social distance. And remember the plastic stuff up between the booths and stuff. And I remember you were a little quiet, but it was noticeable. And then...
And you and Jackson were sitting across
and
from each other.
my shins.
And Dad and I were sitting across from each other, and we were both having separate conversations.
Then I saw Jackson reach his hand over to you and touch your arm, and I'm like, oh.
And mind you guys, for the listeners that do not know, me and Jackson, in these months leading up to this, was the first time we truly became close. COVID bonded us.
Yeah.
Me and Jackson have always not seen eye to eye.
You still don't see eye to eye, but
We're close,
you
though.
tolerate. Like, you
Tolerate-
tolerate... No, you tolerate the differences.
Yes.
But you communicate.
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead, Sarah, tell the rest.
So you're shaky and you tell us...
I can only imagine what was going through your guys' head after what had already happened in the festival.
Well, yeah, when you are in a confessionary state, you can go to a worst case scenario.
Whether it's good or bad, I cry every time.
Yes. And you told us that you said, I have discovered that I like girls and boys. And I didn't see it coming.
Did you? At all? Did you have any suspicion at all?
Here's a weird thing. I would say no, and it didn't surprise me.
It wasn't, and
But I don't mean that in a bad way. It
I'm
actually...
not offended. I'm just
No, I know you're not, but one of the things, and you and I have had many conversations about this, but I think one of the things that is hard is when you hear any sort of news, it's hard not to make it about yourself. And so I was processing that. I'm like, I don't know what that means. And then another part of me goes, and this is truly the first thought I had is, maybe this can help me be closer to you.
Oh, stop. I'll get emotional.
No, I'm being serious.
And
Because I'm like, maybe, because you and I'm so grateful that you made me a girl dad, but you and I butted heads like crazy when you were younger.
I think, if I remember correctly, you asked, do you still love me?
I did.
That broke my heart.
And we were both like I think my face was registering shock. And I was literally going like through a mental Rolodex of things I had said to you in the past that were very hurtful, I am sure.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, like I even think I brought it up that time. I was like, so it probably wasn't very helpful when I told you dressed like a lesbian in high school. When you went through your, like
My oversized sweatpant phase.
yeah, and I remember one day being like, can you just not dress like a lesbian today? And
I would be like, damn, Mom.
And the funny thing, not funny, but then then you told us at that lunch that all the siblings knew.
Yeah, I told Quinn first. And
What did he say?
he just made a joke. It's Quinn.
Yeah.
He just was like, okay. And then I told Ava, and Ava was just like, are you sure? She didn't care, but she was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And then she was fine. But then I remember a couple weeks prior to you guys coming down, John, Dom, Kirsten Jackson came and visited me at school, and we had a couple of drinky poos, and I was just like, guys, I'm bisexual and I want to tell mom and dad. And I don't know what to do, and I don't want anyone to not like me anymore and all that stuff. And I remember that day is what gave me the confidence, because if you've had a conversation with Jackson, if he's going to gas you up about something, he's going to.
I remember at the end of it, Jackson said, I told you. And I said, what? And he goes, I told you Dad would cry and Mom would tell you she loves you.
Yeah. And then to follow suit with the classic Ahrens, how we handle things. We went to the bookstore.
And you bought me an Illinois State Pride sweatshirt.
Well, and then everything in the store, they had it with Pride. I was like, Mackenzie, should I get this? Should I get this?
And I was like, this is a lot. This has been like within an hour, guys.
Yeah.
And you were like, too soon?
And I was like, too soon? But then I came home and was talking to Ava about it. I was like, Ava, did you know? She goes, Mom, how did you not? Do you see how she dresses? And I was like, I don't know these things.
But we're laughing about that. But let's say one thing. So Mom and I didn't talk all the way home.
You just sat there in silence?
I can't say
I
for certain I
this
remember
because I was in my brain, and then I remember we got home and we just went right away on a walk. And I said, "What are you thinking?" And we were processing, right? And so Mom said, "I don't know. Will we have a wedding? Will she have kids?" This is just reframing so much for me. I'm processing things I never thought about before.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't think it was that conversation, but I think one of the things I came to through that is I had to grieve, and I know that sounds like the expectation I had of you.
Oh, yeah.
But it was very much a reframing of you are raising the children that your kids are. Like, you need to be who your kids need to be, not they don't need to be who you want them to be.
Yes. That makes sense.
Yeah. And I can't.
Every parent has an expectation, or at least a picture in their head of what they think the future is going to be. I feel like every parent does.
Yes. And
I don't have that vision for my cats.
You do have that vision for your crazy cats. So it just was an opportunity for me to realize I had these like attachments to expectations of all of you.
Yeah.
And I had to let them.
Did you ever feel that we didn't approve or ashamed of you?
No, I just didn't know if you guys would understand what being bisexual was. Because I feel like...
I think I also said something about, I did. I said bisexual. Pick a side.
She would say that so much.
And I'm like, I don't get it. Pick a side.
Like after she told you?
No, this was before.
Oh.
This was some ignorance phase. I learned.
No, yeah.
You guys have corrected me and educated me on things I can say and how I should say things. And
it was more so, not that the church that I grew up going to was like openly against anyone, but it's just the way that a lot of... I was not concerned. I stressed myself out about what everyone would think.
But that's not just even about that. That's like your life's... Like, you always are concerned about what people think of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a common...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I also... Same with me when you said there'd still be a wedding and all of that stuff. I went through a lot of, do I even want to come out and explore this part of me? Because I feel like everyone in their head just assumes tradition.
Oh, agreed.
You know what I mean?
That you just do what's always been expected. And you had never really, probably until college, you had never met
people who are gay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Maybe there was definitely some people in high school who I assumed were, not in a bad way. I was just like, if they were to tell me, I wouldn't have been surprised. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and one of the things I remember you saying, it was obviously a big topic of conversation for a while, and you said to me once, you're like, Mom, this isn't the only thing about me. It's just like one of the things.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's a big thing. I wasn't going to let it define me.
Yeah, it's not like the only thing you wanted to talk about. Or
it's not like I'm going to walk up and say, hi, my name is Mackenzie Ahrens, and I am a bisexual.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, curious too, obviously you grew up in a faith tradition. And where does that sit with you now?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not. I think there are a lot of good examples in my life of people who are faith-based, and a lot of people. I, growing up, just thought people that didn't go to church were bad. I didn't understand it, and no one put that narrative in my head except for me.
I mean,
when it came down to it, it was really just me who, like, or from what I guess, I don't remember a specific person making me feel that way. But as I've grown up, I've realized that, one, going to church isn't the only thing that, like, makes you religious. It can be your beliefs, it can be in how you act, it can be like all of those things. And I have learned that from a lot of different adults in my life, but I've also learned from a lot of adults in my life. I've always loved the adults you guys have brought into our lives. I value a lot of them, near and dear to my heart. But even some people who are not faith-based or used to be faith-based, all of that stuff, have taught me a lot. And
That's good.
yeah.
So then we get
yes.
to one of the greatest nights of my life as your father. Mom and I were at a football game, coming home from the football game.
basketball game.
Basketball game, that's right, a basketball game.
I have no idea what you're about to talk about.
Oh, you'll catch up.
It was in December.
And I had to call Grandma to tell her I want to pick her up at 5 or 6 a.m. to make your graduation.
Oh, yeah,
And then I call you, and then you call, and you don't know this, but Mom and I got in a fight the weekend before because you were home and you were acting super weird. And I said something's up, Mackenzie, and you're like, you never give her a break. And I'm like, fine, whatever. I'm just telling you, my spidey sense is going off.
And Ava was like, he ain't wrong, Mom.
So then we call, you telling us you have a stomach ache, which I'm sure you probably did.
I did.
And long and short of it, we get up the next morning. I call you to say, hey, should I go pick up Grandma? And you're like, no, I'm not going to walk. And it turns out you didn't graduate.
Yeah.
Did you really not know?
I really not know, but I probably could have known if I really cared to check more.
Yeah.
That was not a good time.
That was a bad time.
That was a really bad time in my mental space. That was probably the worst time in my mental space ever. It was the most unhealthy I've ever been in my entire life.
Why do you think that was? Were you scared about starting life?
I just didn't care about what I was doing in school.
Yeah.
I did not give a flying F about what I was learning about.
Because you switched your major from special needs,
Special education,
excuse me, to marketing.
Communications. Same thing.
Thank you. So you eventually graduate. You discover...
After you had to go back and take bowling and billiards.
Like 5 credits left.
Yeah.
Go back. You graduate.
And then this is when my life changed.
Tell me.
I graduated, and upon coming home, I was like, I need to get a job, but in my head, I knew deep down I didn't want to sit at a desk for the rest
Did
of my
anyone
life.
in your family tell you not to go into marketing communications?
You.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to get that on record.
Yeah.
Did you have a job that summer? I can't remember.
I nannied.
That's
for the girls.
Yep. Okay.
So I got a nannying job, and throughout the summer, and it wasn't just a summer nannying job. It was like they needed me. So I was just like, okay, until I figure out what the hell I want to do, I'm going to do this. I'm living at home, all this stuff. I was very unhealthy physically. I was unhappy, all of this stuff. But I'll admit this to you guys now. I would have never admitted this to you guys then. But I always acted like I didn't care that I wasn't in school for special ed anymore. I was always like, it's fine. I didn't want to do it anyway. That was the biggest lie I've ever said in my entire
You were
life.
really lying to yourself as well.
Were you worried that you were going to disappoint us?
Probably.
I'm sorry, hon.
Thank you. It was more so
Should have
that
to your dad.
it's more so that, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Pretty much, I'm nannying. I'm unhappy with this nanny family. I love the girls. But if I remember correctly, my nannying time was like 1 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
Like Wednesday through Monday.
Yeah.
So, or like Thursday through Monday. So I had
It was
Tuesday, Wednesday off. It was my first summer post grad. I couldn't do anything. And they also didn't have a lot of people help. So if I wanted to take a day off, I couldn't. It was just like a lot of this stuff. And then my mom just casually mentioned to me one day, like, hey, just so you know, Batavia is looking to hire paraprofessionals, which if someone listening doesn't know what that is, it's like you work in a special education program and you're like a teacher's aide and a student aide. You help with so many different things. And I was very weary of doing it because I hated high school.
And you were going back to
And I would be going back into my high school where I just didn't feel awesome about it. But I finally made the decision that, like, you know what, like, I'll give it a go. Like, I'll do the interview. Got the job at the end of the interview. And I was just like, okay, I guess I'm going to try this. And within 1 week, came to the realization that I still loved it as much as I did. Because if there was one thing that I remember from high school, I did a peer leadership class, and it was the only class I felt like I was good at. And also that teacher changed my life.
Yeah.
Mm.
She knew that the kids I was working with in high school were one of the only things like really keeping me going at that time. So she said if I didn't show up to school, I wouldn't be allowed to work with them the next day.
Mm.
And I was just like, oh, you got me there. So then she improved my attendance. She improved a lot of things for me.
That's awesome. Have you told her thank you?
Yeah, I worked with her for the past 2.5 years,
Oh,
and I
that's
work
right.
with her every day.
Yeah. So now where are you? What's going on?
Tell us about your health.
I've lost almost 100 pounds.
Awesome.
Woo!
Thank you.
Through hard work and dedication.
I have, for the first time in my life, am choosing to work out and be active and choosing.
You work out almost every day.
I have realized in my life that specifically when you guys tell me, not as much right now at this age, but growing up, when you wanted me to be active, when you wanted me to do a sport, when you wanted me to eat healthier, I wouldn't do it because I was stubborn or I didn't want to.
What? You were stubborn?
Like, didn't want to do it for you, and it doesn't stick to you.
And so until I decided that I wanted to do it for me, and it's just, I don't know, I'm probably, although I'm not like the smallest I was like in high school, and now I'm like a woman. So obviously my body's going to be different, but this is probably the healthiest I've been like in a lot of my life ever.
Yeah.
I also have learned how to eat healthy. I've found joy in eating healthy.
You really tahini.
I do. I'm obsessed with tahini. I put that on all my fruits and veggies.
What about your work life now?
I'm no longer at Batavia working, but I'm working. Should I?
You're working now at a private.
I'm working now at a private autism-specific therapeutic day school with pretty much the students that we work with there. Say they were in a district and their behaviors or needs could not be met or supported, they would be outplaced to our school. So I am working with some of the kids that have the highest needs and the most intense behaviors I've ever worked with in my entire life. But it's just instilled in me even more that this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
I love it
That's
so
awesome.
deeply.
So what's next there? Do you become a full-time teacher, or what's the different steps?
I am in classes to become a teacher, but I'm also very interested in the behavior aspect of it all, which through that, you can become a registered behavior tech. You can go to more school and become a BCBA, which I don't know the exact. It's like a behavior specialist, because not only do RBTs and BCBAs work in like a school, they can do home therapy, there's clinics, there's so many like different things. All around, I just know that I am where I should be. Would you guys agree?
Kenz, I have to say, I am so incredibly proud of you.
Thank you.
I think the consistency you've had in taking care of yourself, and just, we were talking to someone today who knows the school and knows you, and they were just saying it's such an incredible thing to be wired, because it is just a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot.
Can I ask a question first?
Of course.
Remember what you were going to say. Would you guys agree that I seem happier?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh, are you kidding me? Night and day. Like, this is the best version of you I've ever experienced.
Oh my gosh, thanks.
But you've also shown and illustrated to me, and I would tell a young parent this. You have given me that not every path for your child is linear, like straight.
Yeah.
And it can be up, down, curly cued, take some steps back. And
that's okay.
That's okay. And
I don't think you would have said that 5 years ago, though.
Oh, hell no.
Well, we didn't know.
No, I know.
No, but I think, and you're going to think I'm being a smarty pants, which I totally am most of the time.
Yeah.
But I have to say thank you.
Sorry.
And I also am going to just really rebel if you ever have children someday and you get one of you.
Yeah. The reason I'm saying thank you is because you literally, not only did you make me a girl dad, but there's so many things that you've taught me, that you've showed me. You've helped me become better. You were open when I apologized to you 100 million times during COVID about how...
You really did apologize 100 million times.
About COVID. What?
Just growing up.
Oh.
Just, yeah. Yeah. All right. So we choose one of our favorite parts, which is the quick fire question.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, Mackenzie.
Oh my God. Nervous.
What's one Ahrens family tradition you would never skip and or will carry on into your family?
Oh my. I think one of, it's a simple one, but it's definitely something, a lot of people do it, but Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. And one thing that I have learned through growing up and hearing other people's stories is that the magic of Christmas isn't just Christmas, it's the parents that make it magical.
Oh.
You guys have done a lot for us growing up to make it very, even to this day, you make it pizzazzy and it's fun. But I definitely will. I love how we're not allowed to go look at the Christmas tree until you take a picture of us on the stairs. Until we read
and we don't put one present down until Christmas morning.
Yeah, that too. I do really enjoy that.
We don't do it. Santa does it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
What is something that you're proud of that most people don't know about you? Or don't know?
I'm not super open about how much throughout my life that I've struggled with my mental health. The people close to me know, but I think the strides that I've taken through, specifically in my adult life, I've chosen to go to therapy and I've chosen to do the work, and just the way comparatively my anxiety is now compared to what it was even 2 years ago. I just think like simple things that I do each day, I'm like, wow, I'm not nervous or anxious to do this. And it's because I've done the work.
Okay, this is a multi-parter.
Oh.
You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Do you remember when you got stuck in the elevator in Orange Beach?
Yes.
Who did you vote to eat first?
Jackson! Go to T. Jackson because he had the most fat on his bone.
Okay. Which sibling would be the best roommate, and which sibling, if you were stranded on an island, that you would hope you were stranded with?
I would hope I was stranded with Glenn.
On the island?
Because he's the most like resourceful, and think about all the things he built while we were growing up in the empty lot down the street, like all this stuff.
He'd also be entertaining.
Yeah. And City, when you listen to this, I would love to be on an island with you. But one that we pay to go to, not one that we're stranded on.
There we go.
Who would be the best roommate? I feel like you guys are going to be surprised when I say this, but I would say Ava, just because we have grown to be
I
able
would
to
100% think it was Ava.
I thought you would say none of them.
If I had to choose, no, I wouldn't probably live with any of my siblings. I've already tried living with Jackie Stan.
Yeah.
But I think
that was a rough year.
Yeah, it was. I think me and Ava, although we don't communicate awesomely all the time, I feel like we have the best open line of communication. And even though it comes across harsh, we can be very honest when things are bothering us.
Okay. What is your go-to comfort show right now?
Scandal all day. Fitzgerald Grant III, I want to kiss him.
Okay.
Who was louder, Mom or I?
In which way? You guys were louder in different ways.
Okay, who was meaner?
You.
What's one thing that we do as your parents that still makes you roll your eyes?
Oh, gosh.
I'm so glad it didn't come to you easy.
I'm just going through a long list.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm probably just... I don't know. I think when Dad's just being a sarcastic sassafras,
How about when Dad and I fight?
Oh my gosh. When you guys get in your petty little arguments.
Like we did the other morning?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You felt really uncomfortable.
Dad was like, I don't like how you're talking to me right now.
And then I left for school 30 minutes early. I got to work.
I don't remember what that was about.
I don't either.
Yeah. Mackenzie,
Yeah.
how did you feel about your first episode of Running Errands? You've already told us that this is not your last.
Yeah, it's not my last. This is my first one on the road to fame. It's gonna cause me to blow up or something.
Yeah. You're going to go viral.
Yeah.
Honey, I love you.
Love you too.
Thanks for
I love you too, Mom.
I love you.
High five.
high five.
And okay, who cries more? Mom or Dad?
Dad.
I know.
I think I've maybe seen you cry 3 times in my entire life.
Oh my gosh, I cry at Geico commercials.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Running Errands. We truly love having these conversations and sharing them with all of you.
If something resonated with you today, we'd be so grateful if you'd rate and review the show. It helps more people find us.
And if you know someone who'd connect with this episode, send it their way. You never know who might just need to hear it.
We'd also love to hear from you, your feedback, your stories, or even topics you'd like us to tackle next.
You can connect with us on our personal socials, the show's Facebook page, or through the website, runningerrands.today. And links are always in the show notes.
Until next time, keep showing up, stay kind, and remember,
Life's the long run, and the best way forward is together.